Hi, it's Connie with another update. Today is Tuesday. I believe it's May 27th. It's been a while. I've had two chemos after my surgery, and hence I lost all my hair again. So I have a head covering. My surgery wounds have finally scabbed. So it's on its way to healing. Um, I had my last chemo about a week ago, and I'm just starting to feel better, but I'm very short of breath. I'm just walking from my bedroom to even to the bathroom, which is only a couple of feet away, just so short of breath. This has happened before, but this week seems to be a more more frequent. So I did leave a message for my nurse Kim to call me, and my scalp is just very red and bumpy. There's just all these red bumps, and I don't know why. I didn't notice it until my sister-in-law said last week, my head was pretty red, and then my friend said too. So I don't know why. It's not too itchy, but it's somewhat itchy. I don't know. I have to admit that things haven't been easy for me. It's been 6 months, and I thought things would get better, but it's actually been harder for me emotionally. Um, and honestly, it's really been hard to pray as well. So I'm grateful for the many people who are lifting me in prayer, because I just can't seem to pray. Or a heartfelt prayer. So my last chemo, I was just sick in bed, very nauseous for the entire week, and I never had that side effects before. Like, I would be nauseous maybe once or twice, but not like the entire week. And when I told my nurse this time, she said, "Why didn't you call me?" I said, "Well, I've been taking the nausea medicine and things like that." But she said there were some other things that she could provide. So this time she provided Zofran, which was much better. I think it worked much better than the Compazine and ginger chews and whatever. So this past week too, I just been in bed, just not able to do much and just nauseous. And so I started to feel finally better on Saturday night, late Saturday night, and then Sunday I felt better. And then a friend came over, but I was so exhausted. I crashed. I said I need to rest. So, and every day should be getting better, but right now just the shortness of breath is just keeping me from doing a lot of stuff today. So it's hard for me to eat. I don't know what to eat again. Back in the day, in December, I remember like the beginning, like when people asked me what I want to eat, and I would just cry because I didn't know what to eat. And I don't cry anymore, but eating is still, I look at the refrigerator and I'm like, I don't know what to eat. So this morning I had some good bread with some peanut butter. Forced myself to drink an almond soy milk so I could get some protein. I'm really hoping I could get my energy back today, this week, and I don't know. Anyway, so I will have my protocol chemo on June 10th, and then I understand after that my maintenance chemo will begin in July. I thought my maintenance chemo will be maybe, I don't know, once every couple months or whatever, but it's going to be the same 3-week cycle. So it's going to be one chemo drug, Avastin. Currently I get 3 now. And so Avastin will be the chemo I will get every 3 weeks. She assured me that I won't lose hair, but it's very daunting for me to think I would have chemo every 3 weeks again. That this journey is far from over. So it's heavy on my heart. And then when I lost my hair again a couple weeks ago or several weeks ago, you know, I knew that I was going to lose hair again, but my hair was coming in really nicely and everybody was complimenting how nicely it looked. And, you know, I think I had about a half of inch of hair, and, you know, I felt even confident to go out without any hair covering or wearing a wig. And maybe I was hopeful too that maybe I wouldn't lose hair this time, but it came out. And honestly, it was more traumatic the second time than the first. It was hard to go back to being bald. And I knew it could have or would have happened, but I don't know why, but it was pretty traumatic for me. And I just cried. I just cried in the bathroom. It is harder to look at myself now than before when I was bald. I don't know, maybe I was hopeful, you know, and anyway, as I said, it's this, I think the last month, it's just been really hard emotionally, you know, and everyone says you look so good, you know, and everyone said you're doing a good job, you know, but somehow it hasn't strengthened me, those words. Because I'm not finding strength and hope in those words. And I know people mean well, they do. I think it's just, it's been like 6 months. And it's just been hard. It's just been hard. I miss work. I miss doing the things. And, you know, I've always said I'm a Martha. I'm a doer, and it's been really hard not to do. So, I mean, in the big picture, I'm really grateful there has been a miracle, of course. But the day-to-day has been kind of hard. And I find myself getting annoyed and frustrated, which I hate myself for being that. Anyway, recently I saw a movie. It's a Christian movie. It's about a Christian singer. His name is Jeremy Camp. And it's his story about his wife who died. She had cancer, and anyway, you know, and she was supposed to have a hysterectomy, and the day that she was supposed to have it, you know, the doctor said there's no cancer, and it was cured because so many people had prayed for her. and she found healing. And she even said before she got healed that even if her illness changed the life of, or affected someone's life, even one life, then she said it was worth it. So anyway, she had found healing, a miracle, and they were praising God. And then 6 months later, the cancer came back. And they prayed again, and that her husband said, God will heal again. But he didn't. And she went home to the Lord. So as I watched this movie, I think there was a fear. What if my cancer comes back? Because I have known a miracle. Cancer-free. And the surgeon told me with my type of cancer, it's such a high risk of coming back. And that's why we're going to do the maintenance. So I was able to relate to her story in a little bit. And I was thinking, how has my cancer journey changed me, or has it affected anyone positively around me? So I did tell the doctor and, the surgeon that I am cured because God has cured me. I believe that without a doubt. Do I believe the cancer can come back? I don't know. I don't know. I think my biggest concern is, how has this changed me in a good way? Has this journey been worth something? And so that's what I wrestle with. But I want to trust God that for me, the greatest lesson I've learned is that I'm precious in God's sight. I believed it. But I'm truly believing it now. I've seen a miracle of God's goodness towards me. And why did he take all the cancer away when others don't? I don't know. Does he love them less? Of course not. So, I will give thanks to the Lord. I will. For his goodness. So since I can't pray on my own too much, can you pray for me? That there will be I don't know, a new strength, new hope for me in the days to come, that I won't feel so burdened of my future days, that I would get my energy back, and I could look forward to going back to work. I could look forward to going back to travel again, about really living my life to the fullest as God has given me a new life, and not doing maintenance chemo and taking my chemo drugs won't be such a burden. But I will live with gratitude. I will live with gratitude and a purpose, for he has given me life, and I have life eternal as well. So you guys take good care, and I'll see you again at another time.